Buckle up because we are hitting the ground running with the stories that are shaking the headlines right now. First up, the Thai government is making waves as they consider a major shift in fiscal policy. Officials are mulling over a plan to raise the public debt ceiling to 75% of GDP to secure $30 billion in fresh borrowing. This massive move is designed to buffer the economy against global energy shocks and ease the hardship of the public. But the debate over where this money comes from is just heating up.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to prop it up? Meet the Pop Sockets phone grip with expanding kickstand in black, your new must-have accessory. Don't miss out. Grab yours today. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Turning our eyes to the polo field, the tension is sky-high at the National Polo Center in Wellington as the US Open Polo Championship reaches its climax. The dust has settled on the mini quarterfinals, and we now know our semifinalists. Coca-Cola and BTA are moving forward, joined by Pilot and La Dolfina Tamera after some absolute nail-biting matches. It is the crown jewel of American polo, and with the final just days away, these teams are fighting for their place in history. Shifting gears to the Pacific, the military landscape is changing as the Philippines and the United States officially kick off the 2026 edition of Balikatan. This year is not just any routine exercise. It is the biggest iteration of these war games yet. With partner countries including Japan, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, and France joining the fold, troops are diving into 3 weeks of intense military maneuvers across the Philippine archipelago. Finally, professional golf star Bryson DeChambeau is making headlines for all the wrong reasons at the LIV Golf Tournament in Mexico. After a heated confrontation with a rules official over the condition of the course, DeChambeau ultimately withdrew from the event, citing a wrist injury while the league itself grapples with swirling rumors about its financial future. Will he recover in time for the next major? Stay locked in for the latest developments, and be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel with the bell notification turned on so you never miss an update. Ever wonder how far a country is willing to go to keep its economy afloat when the global market starts to buckle? Thailand is currently staring down that exact barrel. With energy prices surging and the ripple effects of global instability hitting home, the Thai government is quietly weighing a massive move, potentially raising its public debt ceiling to unlock a staggering $30 billion in new borrowing. Right now, officials are debating pushing that debt cap from 70% of GDP up to 75%. It's a bold, high-stakes gamble meant to build a buffer against the energy shocks that are threatening to drain the nation's growth. Now, this isn't just about printing money, it's about survival. Finance ministry officials and the Prime Minister's office are in deep talks because, as we've seen before, like during the 2021 pandemic response, sometimes you have to break the fiscal rules to keep the engine running. The government is already looking at an emergency decree to borrow around 500 billion baht, signaling that the pressure is well and truly on. But here's the kicker. This money isn't just meant for a quick fix. Finance Minister Aniti Nitithanprapas has been clear that if they do this, the funds need to be funneled into investments that actually bolster the country's long-term resilience. We are talking about subsidizing transport, supporting small businesses, and providing a lifeline to low-income groups that are getting crushed by the cost of living. But the economic clouds are gathering fast. With the Bank of Thailand trying to hold interest rates at 1% for as long as possible, they are walking a tightrope between supporting growth and managing the inevitable return of inflation. Economists are already trimming their forecasts, and some fear growth could dip to just 1.3% if the current regional conflicts drag on. It's a sobering reminder that in today's interconnected world, no economy is an island. Thailand is effectively choosing to bet on its own future, hoping that by spending today, they can secure stability for tomorrow. But is a higher debt limit the ultimate cure, or just a temporary bandage on a deeper wound? I want to know what you think. Is this the right move for Thailand, or are they setting themselves up for a harder fall? Drop a comment below, and if you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more updates on the global economy. Thanks for watching. What happens when the world's elite polo players turn the field into a high-stakes family reunion? The US Open Polo Championship is reaching its fever pitch, and the lineup for the semifinals is finally locked in. We are down to the final 4 teams, and trust me, the road here was anything but quiet. With the title on the line at the National Polo Center in Wellington, Coca-Cola, BTA, Pilot, and La Dolfina Tamera are the ones left standing after a wild round of mini quarterfinals. Let's talk about those quarterfinals because the drama was personal. First, we saw the Castagnola brothers, Camillo and Bartolomé, squaring off in a battle of siblings. It was a gritty, intense matchup, but Pilot eventually found their rhythm, absolutely exploding in the 6th chukka with a 6-1 run to bury DUS and punch their ticket to the semis. Then, things got even more surreal with the Battle of the Cambiasos. You had the legend Adolfo leading La Dolfina Tamera against his own son, Poroto, on the scone side. It wasn't just a clash of generations. It was a high-tension thriller that saw a scary moment when David Paradis took a heavy fall, pausing the game while medics attended to him. It was a sobering reminder of just how punishing this sport can be. Yet, once play resumed, La Dolfina Tamera clawed back to secure a razor-thin 12-11 victory. So, what does the bracket look like now? Wednesday, April 22nd is the day. We've got an 11:00 a.m. clash between Coca-Cola and the Red Hot Pilot, followed by BTA taking on La Dolfina Tamera at 4:00 p.m. This isn't just any tournament, it's the crown jewel of American polo, a competition that dates all the way back to 1904. From its humble roots in the Bronx to the permanent, prestigious home it's found in Wellington, the US Open remains the ultimate test of man and horse. If you're a fan of high-goal polo, you cannot afford to miss these games. Whether you're rooting for the veterans or the rising stars, the intensity at the National Polo Center is unmatched. Who do you have taking the trophy home this Sunday? Drop a comment below and let me know your pick for the champion. Polo is a sport of tradition, but this season, it's being defined by pure, unadulterated heart. Ever wonder what happens when 7 nations decide to flex their military muscle in the heart of the Pacific? Well, the stage is set. The Philippines and the United States have officially kicked off Balikatan 2026, and to call this year's drills massive might actually be an understatement. We are talking about the largest iteration of these annual war games to date, pulling in strategic partners like Japan, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, and even France. It's a clear message being sent across the region. But why the sudden surge in scale? And more importantly, what exactly are these thousands of soldiers training for as they fan out across the Philippine archipelago? Over the next 3 weeks, these forces will be put through the ringer, simulating complex scenarios that go far beyond a simple training exercise. It's a high-stakes display of coordination, interoperability, and ironclad alliances in an increasingly crowded maritime theater. I'm B. Cupin, and I'm going to walk you through exactly what's happening on the ground and why this mission is turning heads globally. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss a single update as we track these historic maneuvers. In a world where geography is destiny, it's not just about the drills, it's about who is standing next to you when things get real. Is the LIV golf dream finally collapsing, or is this just the loudest implosion in sports history? Bryson DeChambeau, usually the man with all the answers, is having a nightmare week that most of us wouldn't wish on our worst enemies. Fresh off a brutal missed cut at the Masters, the polarizing star headed to Mexico looking for a reset, but instead, he found himself in an absolute war with the course conditions at Chapultepec. Imagine being one of the world's elite golfers, stepping up to a bunker shot, and watching your ball settle not on manicured turf, but on a patch of bare, dead dirt. Bryson didn't hide his disgust, launching into a heated exchange with a rules official, practically begging for someone to explain how this was considered professional-level play. It was a rare, raw moment of frustration that spoke volumes about the mounting pressure currently weighing on the entire LIV circuit. Behind the scenes, the tension is suffocating. With reports suggesting that the Saudi funding pipeline could be drying up, every player on that roster is effectively working in a high-stakes limbo, wondering if their league will even exist in a few months. DeChambeau, who was gunning for a historic three-peat, looked like a shell of himself before the injury bug struck. After a rough start that left him 16 shots off Jon Rahm's pace, Bryson pulled the plug, citing a lingering wrist injury that forced him out of the final round. Is it just a physical setback, Or are the psychological strains of a crumbling tour finally taking their toll on the game's biggest personalities? It is hard not to feel like we are watching the cracks widen in real time. Whether he recovers in time for the PGA Championship remains the big question. But for now, Bryson is officially on the defensive. What do you think? Is LIV Golf fighting a losing battle, or will they find a way to silence the critics once again? Drop a comment below with your take, and make sure to hit that subscribe button for more updates as this drama unfolds. Remember, in professional sports, the only thing more fragile than a golfer's wrist is the stability of a league built on shaky ground.